So we stayed the night in the La Quinta, or La Quinta, not sure which it is. Is it Spanish or Italian? Anyway, in SeaTac, which is the awkwardly named city between Seattle and Tacoma. And it was very good. Here's the room, looks alright. The bed was comfortable, that's always good. They seem to have put some networking equipment in here. I'm not sure what that was for.
We're heading out of Seattle and it's still raining.
This is the best mist I've ever seen. This is very good mist. So we're heading over the mountains. This isn't that hard to drive, but it's a bit gloomy, and I'm having a bit of trouble with it.
Good architecture is part of being a good human being.
So something that's nice about this area is it looks quite attractive here. Though we're meant to be getting to something called a semi-arid steppe climate.
We are in civilization for the first time in a while. We've been going through some giant misty mountains. It's all kind of Lord of the Rings. And this is a town that purports to be German, and it uses that particular font even on the Wells Fargo. Even the Starbucks is in that font.
And endangered species today, because there would have been Cynthia.
I think we found our semi-arid steppe climate.
We're back on I-90 for the first time in quite a while.
I think there's something up with the west coast. I think it's in drought. We have fields and fields of dead grass. Is this normal? It's a stopped train.
And this is the city of Spokane, Washington. It's the other big city in Washington State.
We are in Opportunity, Washington. We were in another town that, what did it have? Enterprise, that was it. Again, named after some positive concept. It's raining. It has some sort of grid system. A few houses. What's happening to that? Oh, it's being worked on.
And there's lots of Halloween decorations.
So this is the centre of town. There aren't that many people out, which is fair enough because it's horrible. We tried to speak to someone, but he was busy. Might move on. So this is downtown Spokane. It's got a big one-way system, and it's still cloudy. I don't know what to say about this.
Yes, it looks very generic. I don't mean that in a bad way, but we've been to a lot of cities and this just looks generally American. Neat.
Yeah, I think it's slightly older buildings around here. They're up the hill, and I think the buildings have got a bit bigger. And there's a park, and leaves, and a school bus, and things and stuff.
Someone has put a bale of hay there. I'm not sure why.
Right, we're going to leave. Here's a bit of
Chris, what did you think of Washington State?
The first thing to say is the weather is cold and rainy. I thought Portland and Seattle, from the tiny bit that I'd heard about them, would be similar, and they're not. Portland feels like a small city, and it's very trendy and has nice art. Seattle felt like it was a bit trendy, but it was quite crowded, and it had a big city feel. Like the downtown felt quite daunting, and the weather was terrible. The east of the state changed. That turned into big sort of open spaces. The good thing about Seattle is that it had some pretty serious tech companies there. But then Portland had Puppet, and that just trumps everything, because Puppet Labs are wonderful and their products are excellent. An advantage of this state is it has a coast, and the Pacific looks amazing. The disadvantage is that it's quite cold, so you can swim in it, but you might not have a great time. It was interesting. I would definitely come back to Washington to visit. The hills are all wavy.
This is Pullman, and apparently they're into cougars. This is downtown Pullman.
Goodbye, Washington.
Hello, Idaho.